Hey, you all. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me, liking, sharing, and subscribing to The Black Lens. Thank you for tuning in and listening to The Black Lens. You guys, it costs you nothing to like, to share, and to subscribe. Tune in to see what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and what I have to say. And also, I want to hear your opinion. What do you feel? What do you have to say? What are you thinking about the topics that I'm speaking on? But I'm coming on here right now, and I wanted to talk about family. You know, I can get into a whole long negative script about that. You understand what I'm saying? We all can, no matter your race, no matter your nationality, ethnicity, creed, or whatever, gender. But I'm not. I want to talk about the love aspect of family. I want to talk about the love aspect in family. And when I say family, I'm talking about, your extended family, but I'm talking about your immediate self. Whether you're single, you're your family loving on you. Whether you're in a relationship, family. That right there. I'm talking about that family right there. I wanted to make mention about how on the Black Lens, you know, I'm going to try to stay as positive as possible. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like there are so many incredible attributes of black about me, about you, about us, about we, that I can stay on topic positively. Speaking about us, speaking about we. Yeah. So I'm going to keep it as structured as I can. So, but family, you all, nobody's perfect. Don't let me get on here saying thee, thus, they, thou, and there. You know, I'm not saying that. I'm talking on this topic of love because I see the bond that love creates. I see the bond that love structures. I see the structure around love. You know, when there's love, it don't matter if she ain't never had a man, except for, you know, that child's father. You can see the structure around the child just with that woman about how the kid is acting. Love is a very powerful force. A very powerful force. And it doesn't have to be hidden. It can be spoken out loud in our community like we see in the other groups. Now, look, ain't nobody perfect. No other groups have it all together. But we do see the structure in marriage, the structure in relationship in their community. And I feel like that has a lot to do with their economic stability as well. Because not only do two incomes help a household, yes, it does. I ain't telling you to get into something and you got two incomes or even three or four, five or six or seven, and you dealing with a whole headache, you're stressed out, and you can't enjoy life. That's not what I'm saying. You can have nothing and find ways to like you and enjoy life. Seriously. But I'm saying the bond of marriage and other relationships, I see how it structures them economically as well. So I wanted to talk about that today, how the structure of love, the structure of unity in every other community builds wealth. It creates a bond. It creates order. And also the children, they be a little different. Ain't no kids perfect, because kids going to be kids, baby, until, you know, we all had to figure it out. Whether we have the best parenting or not, you know, whoever that may be. But it builds something different in that. You know, I see a lot of, you know, sometimes single mothers in the area, and, you know, they cut in the yard. You know, they change, they calling somebody to change the oil. It's like when we grew up, that boy, he had to learn how to change that oil, that tire, or else he couldn't roll out. He couldn't peel out in mama's car, grandma's car, papa's car, daddy's car, big unc's car, you know, sis day car. She thought she had it going on. He couldn't peel out like that. He had to know how to do this, that, and thou with the car before he could peel out. And it built something within him. He wasn't being slaved. It was something being put in him. That's why now he may be the best mechanic on the block. He may be the best engineer because he know how to think outside of the box and work with his hands. And also he may be the best family man because he's not afraid to work. He's not afraid to build and add to his environment and make what he has better and take care of what he has. So a lot of times you see in these areas, you see a lot of people, boys, they got a ball in their hand all day, but ain't no books in the backpack. They got a ball in their hand all day. The shoes is nice. The haircuts is nice. The clothes are clean. You know, everything looking fresh. Everything just did. You know, but it's the mama's, you know, weed eating the yard. She's out there cutting it. She's hiring somebody to do it. You know, that just wasn't so back in the day. And I know you saying this is old school, but old school better be recognized today in order for us to push this thing forward. You know what I'm saying? We can't have our communities looking no different from the communities that we value and put so much value on. And matter of fact, when you go out there to other communities, you building them up. There you go once again. And then drive back into your communities and complain. We don't have to. We can build up where we are, whatever we have, and make it great. We can build up where we are with what we have and make it great. But, you know, you guys, I see that. And I know every parenting style is different. And those, you know, everybody's kids going to come out great. But I'm just saying, when I see the boys not rushing to knock on the door to cut the yard or to pick up the trash or, you know, to try to fix the car, it's just, it's very, very weird to see that, and then to see them not feeling like that's something they need to do as men. So, you know, gender roles are still very important. Don't let society tell you that this role shouldn't be played with this part of the gender role. No. Gender roles are still needed, because they'll tell us that we don't need to be looking at gender roles. But in their communities, they got the structure and order of a man and a woman in their home, and they playing them gender roles very well, honey. They playing house on them gender roles all day long. So, but, yeah, I was just thinking about, you know, the structure of family, what love builds. And I feel like when we embrace our women, when we really embrace that woman and put her up as beautiful, when we really embrace that black woman and put her as the pedestal on it, when we really embrace that and value it, and not having it as a hidden figure in 2021, but bringing it out to the forefront, as this is what's been operating our space area. This is what's been operating our finances. This is what's been keeping our wretched hoods together. This is what's been keeping our suburban areas afloat. This is what's been keeping our families together. This is what builds these children that are great today, that will be, you know, and some that will be tomorrow. You know, pulling out stereotypes, but also focusing on love. So I see other groups, you know, when you go out, you see every other group partnered up. It could just be regular, basic. They are together. That's a very powerful statement. It ain't saying something to us, but it's almost like it's an announcement. It's a knock at the door, you know, so to speak, to us, that we are one. Where when you see me, you see the other. You know, and it doesn't always have to be with y'all together smothering each other. I understand that part, but I'm just giving an example of when I see other groups, you know they are partnered up. And they have a spouse. You know that they have one. I'm not saying their homes are perfect. It could be anything going on up in there. But that's not my business. But what I'm saying is, in speaking in light of our situation, I want to see us with more family. You know, promoting more family, popularizing family, popularizing the union of marriage, honest and fidelity, not infidelity, but fidelity. I want to see more of that. If they continue to destruct, they don't have to throw a bomb on our communities anymore, y'all. They throwing the bomb in our minds. So they putting the kids, you know, they wild and crazy. The women's is crazy. The men's is crazy. Everybody mad at everybody. Nobody don't respect nobody. The women don't respect that man. That man say he can't respect them. There's no way we could really move as a unit, as a body of people, not latching hands with one another together in love. And even if you by yourself a singleness, that's all right too. I'm not leaving you out. There's some wholeness in being single. That's still a whole number. So don't let nobody tell you in your singleness, you incomplete, you inadequate, you lonely. That's not true. But I'm saying until you meet the perfect mate for you and your child, somebody that's wholesome for you and your child, then in the midst of that, you still operating as a unit, and we still can help, you know, along the way and build along the way. You're not excluded because you're single, because and a lot of times people are opting out of the mess until things, the debris is cleared, so to speak, in our community. So y'all, we fuss and we get upset about those other groups. And in a lot of cases, rightfully so, but we're not fighting against them. We're going to build each other up. But I'm saying we see the unity and love and their economic wealth and stability in that by being partnered up. And we see how the kids are responding a little differently to that. You know, a lot of our people, you know, that are single, not all of them, but some of them, you know, a lot, you know, we see the aftermath of that singleness without that father. So, you know, we want to try to build on love and marriage. We want to build on popularizing being together and being proud in being together. A lot of times you feel like you got to have something next to you that don't look like you. Now, I'm not saying don't do that if it's love. But I'm talking on this thing right here, the black lens. I've already told you. I'm going to be talking about the black situations, the black issues, black occurrences, black situations on this thing right here. So you can get offended if you want. I don't give a damn. But I'm talking about right here. We talking about the real advancement of the black community on this thing. So and that's not taking a shot at anybody. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty saying, well, they only talking about black now. What can we do? That's an ignorant ass person doing that. They want to stop your flow. We're not going to allow anybody to stop our flow because we're building together and we're uniting and joining together in love, you know, economically, not to fight against any other group, but building together as our legacy denotes. It says this is who we are. We ain't going to be all over the place anymore. We don't have to be, because we're a very, very powerful force astronomically, magnetically, and that we are the real magnetic field when we come together, because we're already connected spiritually. Why not put that positive energy to work for us, to build you, to build us? But yeah, I'm on here real quick, you guys. I'm not going to keep you on these. But, you know, thank you for tuning in to the Black Lens. I really appreciate you allowing me to give my perspective and my view, bird's eye view, and then sometimes just a ground look at the situation about our issues, you know, and a lot of times about our achievements. But I wanted to say that, you know, black love will conquer a lot of the onslaughts of the negativity and stereotypes that they point our way, because they'll know it's some structure and order there. Because if the black man can't rule his home, he can't rule nothing else outside. Ain't nobody gonna respect it. Black man, if he can't rule his own home, ain't nobody gonna respect him nowhere. It's very simple. And I'm not saying just that one man, your daddy, your cousin, your uncle. I'm not saying that. I'm saying as a whole. You see these other groups, they get a little more respect because they got some structure in the home, no matter how crazy it may be inside. But the look of it, the view of it, from the lens of the whole thing, that look, it's some structure there because the man is still seen as that head. Oh, yes, my goodness, wow. Okay, well, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in again and listening. I get a little excited when I talk about these topics because I do still believe in love.